Guys and girls, hello! I hope you guys are doing great today. Just thought I'd share some thoughts I've been having over the last couple days especially. And I've been thinking on something that I saw a video clip of also recently, but I can't remember when the video was. But what I've been thinking of is sowing and reaping. Now we all know the speeches, what you sow is what you will reap. If you sow, you will reap. If you don't sow, you won't be reaping. But the sowing and reaping that I've been thinking of is the stuff we don't think of, the things we don't consider, the things that slip by unnoticed. And those things also counts as sowing. When we are rude to people, when we're having an off day and we respond very badly to whoever and whatever the situation is, those things count as sowing. The oopsies we make also unfortunately count as sowing. And it takes time to correct that. And the same way that sometimes people like to use that word instant karma, I think is the thing. When you're being rude to somebody and then somebody trips and falls over like 2 steps later, right? Boom, instant karma. But even in that moment, even though you might be reaping then for what just happened, it could have been something that you sowed previously that was bad, so you're reaping bad, if I can use the word bad. But even that person that's in the habitual saying of, oh, instant karma, they just sowed something. And we don't realize what we're doing, oftentimes when we say things. So I just want to urge you to be careful, have a look. If you're having a challenging time, especially in tough times, we love saying, oh, what else can go wrong? You just sowed a seed, my friend. You just sowed a seed of more things that can go wrong in your life. Be careful what you say. The Bible warns us against this. It says the tongue is the sharpest tool, the sharpest weapon, the strongest weapon, a double-edged sword. Are you speaking life or are you speaking death? The Bible says, God said, I put before you life and death. So speak life, choose life. And just pay attention, be careful what you say, how you respond. Look for the things that slip by unnoticed. Because even though you might be growing in certain areas of your life, you might be sitting there realizing that some things aren't changing. Why aren't they changing? Because the unnoticed things that slip by, that you are still sowing, are still getting ready for a harvest over there. You're still going to reap them in the end of the day. One good side over here does not fix the bad that was over here. It's the bad that we need to have a look at. And I use the word bad for the lack of a better word in this moment. But yeah, that bad might have nothing to do with the good over here. If it makes sense what I'm saying, and I really hope it does. So have a look at what we sow. Have a look at what we reap. Adapt. Change what even it's going to cost. It's going to cost denying yourself and putting yourself aside sometimes. But when you start sowing better, and it starts by it's just one seed at a time. When you start sowing better, you are going to start reaping better. It might not happen overnight, but I can promise you that it definitely will change. Start sowing better. Get better. Don't go bitter. Bitterness is going to sow bad things. Get better. Learn to get better. Ask God to show you. Don't try and do it yourself because we can't do it ourselves in the first place. But the moment you start sowing life and only life, at some point you're going to continuously start to reap life. Have a great day. I hope it gives you something to think about a little bit. Shalom, shalom.